What's up, homies and honeys? I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about Final Fantasy 16. So, here are my plans for the game for Final Fantasy 16. So, we are going to do a let's play of the main story, normal playthrough of the game, and then once we reach the end of the game and we see the credits, we will do a new game plus Final Fantasy difficulty live stream, which was announced the other day that there was new game plus. I was going to use the demo to start the game to get like 2 videos out before the game comes out, but with the day 1 patch that Yoshi P said he gonna put out, he wants to adjust some performance issues and deal with the motion blur, so I'm just gonna wait for the base game. I don't care about being late to the party a little bit. So let's talk about Final Fantasy, because I hear a lot of talk out there about Final Fantasy 16 not being a Final Fantasy game and all this other nonsense. So I'm going to talk about me. I'm 41 years old. I played a lot of Final Fantasy games in my day. So we're going to just talk about the games that I've played. I played Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 10-2. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I've played 11 for 5 years. Let's talk about 11 real quick. 11 came out May 16th, 2002. That's my birthday, okay? May 16th. Alright, this game released on PC and PlayStation 2 and had crossplay at that time, okay, between PC and PlayStation. In 2006, the game Final Fantasy 11 came out on Xbox 360 and also had crossplay in it at that time. So crossplay between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC users all playing together. So Square Enix and Final Fantasy has been doing crossplay before we even knew we wanted crossplay in our games. Alright, thumbs up to that. Okay, I also played 12, 13, 13-2, Lightning Returns, okay, Final Fantasy 14, let's touch on this a bit. I also played this game being a Final Fantasy 11 player, because they dismiss MMOs because they say they're not mainline Final Fantasies, but they are, and they do have dope stories and all the characteristics of a Final Fantasy game. So 14 is a game that came out. People considered it to be a bad game because of the engine it was on and how it played and the requirements for the game on PC at the time. They changed producers, and this is when Yoshi P came in with his team, and they laid out a roadmap for the players, made the game free, and also had an additional subscription service to support the new version of the game after they laid out the roadmap and their plans to rebuild Final Fantasy 14 from the ground up. I supported that. My name is in the credits of the game because I supported that, and I watched Yoshi P and his team take a turd of a game by, you know, people that criticized it, Metacritic scores, reviewers, and the player base, and turned it into a diamond, one of the best subscription-based MMORPGs on the market today. Final Fantasy 14 has been out for a while. It's had about 4 expansions, and it is considered one of the top MMOs. I also played Crisis Core on the PSP. I played Type 0. I played Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I've played a lot of Final Fantasies in my life, okay? So now I have a question for you. What makes a Final Fantasy game for you? Let me know down in the comments if you see watching this video. Just let me know what you think a Final Fantasy game is to you. For me, a Final Fantasy game is good story, good characters, playable and non-playable, okay? Like Sid and Biggs and Wedge, classic characters, okay? Music, world building, and lore, high quality graphics. Final Fantasy games always been known for high quality graphics, right? Good gameplay and gameplay systems. I say gameplay, not just combat, because it doesn't matter if a Final Fantasy game is turn-based or action, as long as it's a good gameplay system and it's fun. Okay? Crystals, chocobos, airships, moogles, mini games, monsters, certain monsters, bombs, Marlboros, Arhamins, Tonberries. Okay, there's certain monsters that come with a Final Fantasy that you know about, right? When you play a Final Fantasy game, super boss fights in games like Ruby and Emerald weapon from Final Fantasy VII. You know, Omega weapon, ultimate weapon, these type of super boss fights, summons, and I'm talking about all the summons because they always don't have the same name. You have Espers, Aeons, Primals, Guardian Forces, Icons, Eidolons, all these different types of things. These are staples of a Final Fantasy game and what make a Final Fantasy game to me. All right. Turn-based or action combat. For me, I think turn-based combat is part of the times, right? It's not bad and it's still a good system. I like turn-based RPGs. I'm not shitting on them. But I also love action games too. So I'm in the middle on this. I don't care if a Final Fantasy is action or turn-based. It doesn't matter to me. As long as the game is fun, right? That's the key, right? When we're talking about that. Those are the things above that I listed before that make a Final Fantasy game to me. Now, turn-based combat, dependent if you choose an active or wait playstyle, you can strategize by sitting in your fight and deciding for 3 hours or, you know, like 15-20 minutes if you want to use fire or cure on one of your characters. Like, yes, that is strategy. Action combat still has strategy per se. You need to react and deal with things quickly and on the fly. That's still strategy. In both forms of combat, you can prepare before you go into a fight. Always, right? So that is also a part of strategy, right? That you can do both. Like, they both have strategy. They're just different types of strategy. So to me, there's no difference, right? So I hear a lot of people saying like, no, this ain't a Final Fantasy game and, you know, you can't switch characters and all this other stuff. Like, I know since Final Fantasy 13 series came out, Final Fantasy has been not doing the best, right? Even though I enjoyed the Final Fantasies we've got since then, like Final Fantasy 13, I played it and I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, 13-2, same thing. 13-3, same thing. 15, same thing. I enjoyed it, but were they the best? Absolutely not. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake definitely brought Final Fantasy back. I think that combat system in Final Fantasy VII Remake is top tier and fun, and a mix of both strategy and turn-based and action combat blended together in a way that it's an evolution type of thing, right? You know, we have games like God of War, what used to be just like a hack and slash action game, that went back and took that formula and evolved it and changed it into something different with God of War 2018. Final Fantasy has been trying to do this for a while now, and they haven't been very successful. Now, like I said, after seeing Yoshi P take that Final Fantasy 14 and turn it into a diamond with Creative Business Unit 3, I have complete faith that this game will put Final Fantasy back on the map. I believe it. Plus, it's mature, and from the demo, I'm pretty sure it convinced people that, like, this is Final Fantasy, bro. This is it. It's just, it's more mature. I don't think we've ever had a Final Fantasy like this. It's going to be epic, right? As a person that's played many Final Fantasies over the years, and yes, they have these, you know, kind of kiddie moments and stuff, I think this is going to be more of the most adult Final Fantasy we've ever seen, and I think it's going to be good. So, like, I don't see why, like, if you have a PlayStation 5 and you're on the fence about it, you should go play the demo. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Go play the demo, because I feel like the demo, it really tells you, like, hey, this is gonna be lit when it come out. It's gonna be lit. I'm looking forward to it. I pre-ordered it already. I pre-ordered it a while ago because I already believe in Yoshi P. That's just me and his team. I believe in it. I've watched him. I've seen him do some crazy things. So I hope nobody gets offended. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just asking questions about what you think a Final Fantasy game is. What makes a Final Fantasy game to you, you know, and will you be playing and buying Final Fantasy 16 on PS5? Are you waiting for a PC version of the game, you know? Let me know, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I appreciate it if you could at least hit the like button. That's all I ask, you know what I mean? And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you are ready for Final Fantasy 16. Let's go. And on that note, homies and honeys, I'm gonna let this play out, and we gonna be OUT out. Deuces.